بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين واللعنة الدائمة الأبدية على أعدائهم أجمعين إلى قيام يوم الدين. Inshallah, we are taking each prohibition act of in the state of Ihram, and then after that we are going to the appendix of the book of Manasik al-Hajj to check out the rulings, the Q&A about that. So basically, uh, we did 9 of those. So today we are going to the 10th. The 10th one is easy and simple, and not too many rulings are there with regards to 10, which is al-iktihal. That means the eyeliner or mascara or mascara or eyeliner. So al-iktihal, kuhl, that means like many of the communities, even the men, they put this, they put like black color on the eyelid. So that is called the mascara or eyeliner or with black color. So there are two rulings. One is black color, one is non-black color. Okay. So for ruling for black color, since there is a narration, that is why it's very restricted issue. He says, ruling number 246 in Manasik al-Hajj, the prohibition of putting that mascara or eyeliner. أن يكون الاكتحال بالكحل الأسود. So the eyeliner which has black color. So black colored eyeliner. أو كحل آخر يعد الاكتحال به زينة عرفا. So black eyeliner you cannot put at all, even if you are not putting for the beautification. Okay, you say I'm not beautifying with this eyeliner, that's fine. Beautifying, non-beautifying, absolutely you're not supposed to put the black eyeliner. That's segment number 1. Segment number 2 in this in the same ruling, or any other eyeliner, if the purpose was beautification or fun. In the common consideration, they will, like, nowadays they put like purple color for the ladies, purple color, this color, that color, whatever colors. For the men, there are 2 colors. One is like skin color, which is called athmad, and there are narrations of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wasalam where it's recommended to put this skin color kahal, and it has lots of benefits. However, just make sure that you get the right one, because if you get the wrong one, it might blind your eye, because sometimes they mix with sand and stone, so they damage your eye. So if you know that there's athmad, pure athmad in front of you, in front of your eyes, I mean, you can see that they are legitimate or legit, you can take that athmad. It's not about the thawab. Thawab you will get, but you might lose your eye because it might not be original eyeliner. Okay. Um, yeah. So now if it is black color, you cannot use it at all. If it is non-black color, you cannot use it for the beautification purpose. Done? So this is the general rule of thumb. وهذا حرام على المحرم إذا قصد به الزينة على الأظهر. And this is prohibited, forbidden on a person who's in the state of ihram if the intention was to beautify himself more apparently, like most apparently. That means there is an apparent rule which says that even if it was not for the beautification purpose, it is prohibited. But he says no, here it is for the beautification purpose. And on the basis of obligatory precaution, in any cases, okay, أحوط بل الأحوط لزوما, rather it is like beautification, non-beautification. So that means for beautification, it is a fatwa. Non-beautification, it's an obligatory precaution. I'm not beautifying it. I'm used to putting eyeliner, black eyeliner or athmad, you see. It's not beautification. So black one is obligatory precaution not to put the black color, even if it was not for the beautification purpose. Yes, sometimes the ancient in the ancient medicine, they used to have this, that some kind of disease would be cured because of certain type of eyeliners. As I said, the narrations, they mention this athmed, if the athmed is pure and legit or original. So he says that نعم, however, لا بأس بالاكتحال. There's no harm or no problem in using the eyeliner في حال الاضطرار, in the case of necessity, such as for the medical purpose, لغرض التداوي والعلاج, such as using it as a medicine, or for the as a medicine, or for the purpose of curing or healing from disease or something like that. So this is about the black colored, okay, eyeliner or mascara. So black colored eyeliner is trick. What about the non-black color? Number two, أن يكون الاكتحال بغير الكحل الأسود. Using non-black colored eyeliner, okay, or whatever is similar to it. وما يعد أن يكون بغير الكحل الأسود وما يعد مثله في التزين به, or whatever is prepared for the beautification purpose, similar to the black eyeliner, okay, but it's not black. So people, they use it for beautification. So أن يكون الاكتحال بغير الكحل الأسود, so non-black colored eyeliner, which is you prepared to for the beautification purpose. Okay, so this is also prohibited. This is also prohibited. However, إذا لا بأس به إذا لم يقصد به الزينة. Okay, there is no problem if he is using it for non-beautification purpose. So if it is using for beautification on the basis of obligatory precaution, no. And if it is not using for beautification purpose, then it is permissible, even if it was not out of necessity. So you guys have confused us now. So let me just clarify it. Number one, black color. Prohibited, not obligatory precaution, prohibited, flat rate prohibition for the purpose of beautification. Non-black color, prohibited on the basis of obligatory precaution, if it was a purpose for beautification. So now we have one fatwa. Okay, black color has fatwa haram al adhar. The non-black color, obligatory precaution, don't use it. Don't use both for the beautification purpose. This is okay. Level 1 is for beautification purpose. Black color, fatwa haram, no, adhar, most apparently. Non-black color, on the basis of obligatory precaution, avoid. So if you have some marja allows you, then you can refer to or something like that. Okay, so this is level 1, beautification purpose. What about non-beautification? Black color, obligatory precaution, avoid. Now we are talking next level, non-beautification. Okay, black color, avoid on the basis of obligatory precaution. So non-beautification purpose. Non-black color, non-beautification purpose, permissible, no problem. Okay, so you can rewind this thing, and if until now you have not understood, then you can rewind this. So level number 1, beautification purpose. Black, fatwa, haram. Non-black, obligatory precaution, avoid. Next level, non-black color, black color for non-beautification, obligatory precaution, avoid. Non-black color for non-beautification, permissible. Third level, necessity. For the necessity, medication, all those kind of things, they both are permissible. Okay. So level 1, level 2, level 3. Level 1 beautification, level 2 non-beautification, level 3 necessity purpose, ilaj or medication. Okay. Let's say I kept it. Okay. So is there any penalty? You're worried about penalty? You're not worried about going against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's prohibition? Okay, you are coming for Hajj, you are guest of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah invited you. And is there a penalty? Are you just worried about the money? You're not worried about the barrier you create from doing haram thing between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that is a serious issue sometimes we face. Is there any kafara? No. Okay, inshallah, we'll do istighfar. What will do istighfar? You're committing haram thing. If you have known excuse, necessity, you can't. So what about this mascara and eyeliner? ولا كفارة في الاكتحال مطلقا. Absolutely, there is no penalty, but there is seeking forgiveness from Allah because you violated if it was intentional. Unintentional, khalas, Allah forgives. But intentional, you need to ask Allah's forgiveness sincerely. Since even though its recommended precaution is to slaughter a sheep, if he does إذا اكتحل بما لا يحل له, if he does with the eyeliner which is not permissible for him, that means whatever cases is not permissible, especially the black color, then the kafara is recommended precaution. The penalty is recommended precaution. ولا كفارة في الاكتحال مطلقا. There is no penalty in using the eyeliner at all. وإن كان الأولى, even though it's recommended precaution, if someone does the eyeliner with which is prohibited, then to slaughter a sheep as a recommended precaution. Looking into the mirror. Now, this is a huge issue. Why? Because nowadays, when you go to Makkah and Medina, especially the fancy hotels, in the lift you have mirror. Coming out of the lift, mirror. Getting into the lift, mirror. In the bathrooms, toilets, they have big, huge mirrors. So I remember once I went to one of the brothers' room, and the whole bathroom he had covered with a bed sheet. The mirror, okay, of the bathroom was covered with the whole bed sheet. But where will you take a bed sheet and cover the lift mirror and this and that? Okay, you're going to lower the gaze. So that's the thing. Even in bathroom, if you go, lower the gaze. So so it's about like lowering the gaze if you have so many mirrors. So this ruling. We have ruling from the manasik, and then from the appendix or annex, we have some questions and answers, because it's a very encountering ruling, encountering issue. Ruling number 247. لا يجوز للمحرم أن ينظر في المرآة للزينة. Okay, the clause is beautification. A muhrim person, a person who's in the state of ihram, should not be looking into the mirror for the purpose of beautification. Okay. ويجوز إذا excuse me. Yes, some of the youth, they say, Sheikh, you tell us to leave your hair grow and from Shawwal until you go for Hajj, then shave it off. So like we are hairy berry people now, like we have lots so big hair here, and then now and then when we enter the state of ihram, we are not allowed to comb or fix our hair. So I mean, we will be looking like beasts. Well, beast in front of people is angel in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you are beast for the sake of Allah. Okay, so don't worry about that. Like the people, they said that the fasting person's mouth, the smell of the mouth is like awful, like filthy, you see. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the narrations alayhi salatu wasallam mention that it is to Allah more better than the misk perfume. Okay, though it's awful, it may scare the hell out of the people if you barf on them with your with fasting state and not having your mouth washed or something like that. But then some things which physical world they are nasty, you do it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is a rewardable act. So here also, if you look beast, your hair is like hairy berry here and there, and like a vampire or whatever thing happened to you, or you've seen a horror movie, and many people they will try. So once they see a mirror, there's an opportunity. They know that, oh my goodness, they look bad, so they try to fix their hair with their hand, like. So if the hair falls, then you have a problem, because penalty of hair is even unknowingly, like you're fixing your hair. Whoops, daisy, there is hair in my hand. Khalas, handful of food given to the poor. So therefore, so people need to be careful. In the state of ihram, that means you're locked in. You have voluntarily locked yourself optionally for the sake of Allah. So keep yourself locked in. لا يجوز المحرم أن ينظر في المرأة زينة. Decoration purpose, no. Okay, what about not decoration purpose? كما إذا كان لغرض آخر كتضميد جرح الوجه, such as I have an injury here and the blood might come out and I may be in problem. So I'm looking into the mirror to find out the injury and to put it properly. You can if the intention was not beautification, it was like medication purpose or something like that, like putting the drops in the eyes or whatever, like it's things which are like medication purpose. كتضميد جرح الوجه, such as bandaging the injury of the face. Okay. أو استعلام وجود حاجب عليه. There is I want to do wudu, there's a sticker here, so I need to make sure that okay, sorry for that interruption. so so you have an injury, or you want to find out there's a glue or sticker or something like that, or so, something, because you can't do wudu with the sticker on it or glue on it or something, so you have to remove it. You have to make sure that the marker of the pen is gone, so with the soap and try to rub it off. You need to look into the mirror, or so number one is so beautification purpose is not permissible, haram. Okay. What about non-beautification purpose? So it counts. Number one, bandaging the injury on the face. Number two, trying to find out if there is any barrier which prevents the water from reaching the skin for wudu. Number three, the driver who's driving is going to look into the mirror to check the cars behind him. So any other, whatever, this is like a whatever statement, as long as it is not for the beautification purpose. Okay, what if I don't look at the mirror? Okay, like the bus, the bus is the bus. What they say, the bus cover is reflective or something reflective, or the door is reflective. So these are not mirrors, but they are reflecting objects. I can like for aluminum, for example, or like you have a sandwich pack. Okay, they gave you takeaway sometimes, and that foil which is on it, you take the foil out. Oh, I can see myself. Let me beautify myself. No, not anything which is reflecting surface. So mirror or anything which is reflecting surface, you should not be looking into it for the purpose of beautification. So now if I went into this hotel room and I went into the toilet and whoopsie daisy, huge, large screen mirror, like white screen mirror. So you can't lower the gaze here sideways. You have to either look up or either look down. So look down. But let's say I and looked for the purpose of beautification. Once my face went in front of the mirror, I started to look how good I look, how bad I look, how beastly I look, how how vampirish phenomena I look, or whatever kind of hairy berry lookings. So you did that, okay? So if you did that purposely, intentionally, so here this he says, just recite labbaik Allahumma labbaik. Obviously, istighfar, ask Allah to forgive you, but then repeat your labbaik. مستحب ويستحب لمن نظر في المرآة للزينة, for the decorative purpose, أن يجدد التلبية, to renew his لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك. وأما النظر عبر النظارة الطبية فلا بأس به. والأحوط نعم الأحوط لزوما. So can we look ourselves into a medical opticals, okay? The glasses, they're reflective. So can I look into these medical reflective فلا بأس به. Not look on it, no, look through it. So you don't need like for example using those fashion glasses, fashion things, no. But if I'm going to use the medical things, okay, medical glasses or medical opticals, and they have reflecting surface, so can I wear that? He said there is no problem, because you are not going to look into it. You are going to see through it. So he says, وَمَّا النَّظَرْ عَبْرَ النَّظَّارَ الطِّبِّيَّةِ. And as for looking through the medical opticals, فَلَا بَأْسَ بِهِ. There is no problem in it. نعم الأحوط لزوما. On, yeah, however, on the basis of obligatory precaution, one should avoid it إذا عدت زينة عرفا, if it was considered for decorative or beautification purpose. So if it was considered for beautification, then on the in the common norm, like those Versace, whatever, police, those kind of things. So if that's the case, then you need to avoid it on the basis of obligatory precaution. So here, obviously, the ruling here is not talking about looking into the glasses. No, it's focusing on see through the glasses. So yes, you can see through the glasses. There is no problem. The problem is looking into the mirror in reflecting surfaces. So there is no problem. But if it is for the beautification purpose, then that on the basis of obligatory precaution, one should avoid. This is the ruling now. Now we go to the appendix and look out for the questions and answers. Is it permissible, like many flats and many hotels and many rooms in Mecca, once you arrive in the state of Ihram, they have packed with mirrors. So is it permissible for me to stay in that? Okay. هل تجوز سكنة في الشقق التي يكثر نصب المرايا في غرفها أو مرافقها? Is it permissible to stay in those flats which has plenty of mirrors installed in the rooms and in the bathrooms? Okay. So you like it, you don't like it. بحيث يقع نظر المحرم عليه لا محالة. Looking at the mirror would be inevitable. You cannot avoid it. So in a way that looking into the mirror is unavoidable. So can I stay in those flats? He says تجوز. It is permissible. ولكن لا يتعمد النظر. لكن لا يتعمد. He should not intentionally look into the mirror for the purpose of beautification. Okay? If a little bit glimpsy kind of thingy, there's no problem. But don't look into it for the beautification purpose. Again, similar question. In the lifts they have, in the bathrooms they have, in the stall mirrors. And the question number 2 is almost repeated. Uh, repeated. He says, what happens now? Here we can rephrase the question. Same question. فكثيرا ما يتعرض. So many times people they encounter this situation where, out of heedlessness, out of unintentional, out of forgetfulness. So is there any penalty? So yes, this question is asking about the penalty. So he says that لا كفارة في ذلك. There is no penalty on that. Okay. حتى لو كان النظر متعمدا. Even if the looks were intentional, there is no kafara. So there's another good news. There's no penalty. However, if you look into it for the purpose of intentionally, you look into it for the purpose of beautification, then yes, you need to, it's recommended to renew the labbaik Allahumma labbaik as we said, but there is no penalty. So the answer is لا كفارة في ذلك حتى لو كان النظر متعمدا. There is no penalty in heedlessness, in unintentional, out of forgetfulness, even if it was intentional. Yes, if the looks were for the purpose of beautification, it is recommended to renew the labbaik. Okay? Because you are muhrim now in the state of ihram. You have already said your labbaik, and here you intentionally looked into for the purpose of beautification, violating the ihram. Mustahab to say labbaik. Question number 3. Is it permissible to take pictures with video camera مع ما يستدعيه ذلك من النظر في الفتحة المخصصة للتحكم بالصورة أو الشاشة الجانبية؟ Now, here's the thing. You will be surprised. Why are they asking these questions? Okay. About the glasses, optical, about looking into the video camera's lens, because, looking through the lens or even looking to the screen which is beside. You are filming other people and there's a screen. Okay. So you're looking in the screen. So it looks like there was a misconception among the people that you cannot look into a glass. Okay. Like glass mirror, glass of the opticals, glass of the lens, glass of the that's kind of misconception. Knowing, looking from these questions, it appears that there's a misconception or thought, or maybe some ancient maraja might have given such fatwa or something like that. So by that, some norm has been created to ask about these things. So say the Sistani says there's no problem in that. Okay. So the looking into the camera's lens, the screen. Okay. He says yajuz. It's permissible to look into it because it's not a mirror. It's not a reflecting surface. The glasses, even if your glasses were reflectors, but it's not for you because you are not seeing your eyes reflecting. No, you are, other people may look into, may come to you, Salamu alaikum, and they will be looking at you. How are you? Are you using my glasses as mirror? Yes, say labbaik Allahumma labbaik. But now these are glasses, yeah, but this is reflecting surface. So you must be see if you have that camera, not camera, you have those fancy glasses which are like reflecting glasses, like mirror type glasses. You may find some those of the hairy berry guys, your friend all the way. Every time, like, "Huh? Are you okay? Are you okay? Why are you looking at my eyes and saying, are you okay? It's sitting beside me. Just say, are you okay, like that. No, I want to just say, like, are you okay? And he will fix his thing. So, because I've seen this happening, you see, when I was in Hajj, and once upon a time, and I see some of the youth, they want to fix their hair. They will come to this brother who has some problem in the eye. So I told them, get other sunglasses. Why do you have to wear these reflector sunglasses? You're causing other people into encouraging them into doing something haram. It is haram. Yes, there's no kafara, there's no penalty, but it is haram. And it's mustahab to repeat labbaik, not wajib, but mustahab, but it is haram. It is one of the prohibitions of ihram. So again, هل يثبت للسلفي للسلفي هل Salafi, sorry, selfie, selfie, that's more like find a word in Arabic like taking selfie. Okay, so he said that هل يثبت للسلفي now I don't know the one who's answering the fatwa, and he has never taken a selfie, and he is an elderly scholar sitting there. He must have asked several people, what is this Salafi? So it's selfie. The way you say it looks like Salafi. But then هل يثبت للسلفي? Does the rule apply for the Salafi as well? Oh, no, 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 no. It's selfie. هل يثبت للسلفي حكم المرآة بالنسبة للمحرم? Like, does the rule of looking into the mirror intentionally for the beautification purpose apply on the selfie? You're taking selfie and you're looking at your self beautification purpose. He says that نعم إذا كان ينظر في الصورة للزينة. If is looking in the selfie image for the beautification purpose, yes, the ruling is applied here. That means لبيك اللهم لبيك and istighfar. Question number 5. هل ينظر إلى عدسة الكاميرا again لالتقاط الصورة للزينة? Um, eh, when you look into the lens of the camera to take a picture, okay, is it does the rule apply? هل النظر إلى عدسة الكاميرا لالتقاط الصورة للزينة يجري عليه حكم النظر في المرآة? So uh, this person is looking into the lens. He wants to take his selfie, okay? He wants to take his picture. النظر إلى عدسة الكاميرا. So he's looking at the lens of the camera. Uh, what is your purpose? He's looking at the lens of the camera to look at his image for the purpose of beautification. Okay, so he's going to take a picture because it's not a reflective. Now it's a reflective, but normally if it's on, it's not reflective surface. So what happens that he's opening the camera, looking into the camera lens so that he can take a picture, and then after that he will look whether he's okay or not in the beautification issue. So he says نعم على الأحوط. Yes, on the basis of obligatory precaution, because he's doing it for the beautification purpose. Though he's not looking into the mirror, okay? But the ruling of the mirror will apply because his purpose is what? Beautification. So he says while looking into the lens, okay, looking into the camera for the beautification purpose is should be avoided on the basis of obligatory precaution. The rule applies here. However, after he's done, he can look at his picture. He can look at his picture and see. So looking into the picture is not prohibited. The dalil, the evidence is indicated. The looking into the mirror, reflective surfaces. Okay. So now looking into the camera and looking at your image in the camera, it's not a reflecting surface. So, like for example, these are all smartphone masail, you see, and they are written in an ancient way. So this is your lens of the camera. Okay. So can I look at my lens of the camera? Eh, because this is considered lens of the, it's not a mirror, it's lens of the camera. So you cannot look at the lens of the camera for beautification purpose. But once you take the picture, you can look at the picture. Because this lens of the camera, though it's not a reflecting surface, it serves like a mirror. Okay, it's exactly like a mirror. So that's why, but the evidence, look how peculiar our maraja are. The dalil says reflecting surface and for the beautification purpose. Two conditions. What if it's not non-reflecting surface? Okay, permissible. So reflecting surface like the aluminum, all these kind of things are reflecting. But this is not a reflecting surface. This is a lens of the camera, and this is a camera. So Dalil did not say. Dalil said reflecting surface. So that's why there's a hesitation. Should be considered like a reflecting surface, so that the evidence is applied, and you should not be looking. But it is not a reflecting surface. But you are doing it for the beautification purpose. You're looking at yourself for the beautification purpose. So, on the basis of obligatory precaution, one of the things are there. We said two things: reflecting surface, purpose of beautification. Here, what was the question? I'll repeat the question again. هل النظر إلى عدسة الكاميرا is looking into the lens of the camera, like this smartphone camera, okay, where you can see yourself. للزينة لالتقاط الصورة, to take a picture for the purpose of beautification. يجري عليه حكم النظر المرأة, will the rule of looking into the mirror for the beautification purpose will apply? He says yes, نعم على الأحوط. Why على الأحوط سيدنا? Why not fatwa? Is looking for the beautification purpose. Yes, but the evidence limited on reflecting surface. And this is not a reflecting surface, this is a camera. But my reflection is there in the camera. Yes, but it's not a reflecting surface. It's a mechanical image made, okay? It's not a direct image. When the camera captures you, it goes through process and then it reflects. So it's like looking at the picture. So, but still, it is not a picture. Still, it is like a live movement. So it's in a gray area. So it doesn't want to give fatwa and be trouble on the day of judgment that the evidence said reflecting and this was non-reflecting. Why did you give fatwa based on that? So, and he doesn't want to let it go. You can, yes, purpose, you can, because that is zina there, beautification purpose. So, on the basis of obligatory precaution, as long as your intentions are for beautification purpose, avoid it. Okay, let's see question number. Okay, so we are done with looking into the mirror. So anything which is not reflecting surface, if you look into it for the beautification purpose, then that is obligatory. The whole thing is beautification. Remember, ihram means no beautification at all. Glasses, no beautification. Rings, no normal rings, yes. Normal glasses, yes. Everything has beautification. There's obligatory precaution. Avoid. Now we come to the socks. Wearing the socks, and I think we took the ruling of socks somehow, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, no, it was not socks. It was stitched dress. But let's check out this socks. لبس الخف والجورب للرجال. Wearing khuf, remember the socks which are shoe type. They are socks, but they have hard padding underneath it. So they are like those things which people they wear in the houses in winter, but they're like socks. They're hard from the bottom, soft from the top. But remember, in the ihram, you have to make a hole or something which has hole in the khuf. So wearing those hard socks or socks for men. Yuhram ruling. This is we are taking the text of the Manasik al-Hajj, not the annex. So this ruling, to understand this, after that we take the application of the annex. يحرم على الرجل المحرم. It is prohibited on a person a man who's in the state of ihram أن يلبس ما يغطي تمام ظهر قدمه, to wear something which covers the entire posterior part of his foot totally. Okay, كالجورب والخف, such as the such as the socks or the khuf, which is like a hard socks, hard base socks. إلا في حال الاضطرار, unless if it was a case of necessity. كما إذا لم يتيسر له نعل, he was not able to find sandals, okay, sandals, permissible sandals. أو شبهه, له لم يتيسر له نعل أو شبهه, he could not find sandals or something similar to it. فدعت الضرورة إلى لبس الخف, because he needs something with a hard base. So the necessity made him wear khuf, the hard base socks. فإنه يجوز له ذلك. It is for it is permissible for him to wear that. ولكن بعد شق ظهري على الأحوط وجبنا. However, after tearing a portion of the back, because if you tear the whole back, the socks will be like the mouth of the crocodile, you see, because if there's no support and the socks is until here and the whole back is gone, so this flap will not be stable, so it will be like a mouth of crocodile. So don't don't remove the whole posterior, just make a big kind of hole in a way that the sides of the socks are holding the posterior, and upper there is a kind of a bit gap there. Many people they ask questions about the shoe sandals and shoes. Okay, so they wear like that kind of thing, and that's very annoying. When it starts frictioning here, you get pain. But I know there are people they love to wear those. But those who are not used to, they can wear the one which has two not too broad straps. Two straps, that's fine. ويجوز له لبس ما يستر uh, بعض ظهر القدم. They can wear something which covers part of the posterior part of the foot. Back of the foot, as they said. Now, I'm not saying back of the foot because this could be back to somebody, this could be back. So I'm just saying posterior part, and I'm making the practical manifestation of the back of the foot. So this is the back, or this is the posterior part of the foot. كما يجوز له ستر تمامه دون لبس كان يلقي طرف ردائه عليها حال الجلوس. So the issue here is wearing, not covering. Okay, covering while wearing. So ويجوز له لبس ما يستر. لبس, wearing, لبس. It is permissible for him to wear. And in the beginning of the ruling, يحرم على الرجل أن يلبس لباس, لبس. So wearing is prohibited, but covering the foot is not prohibited. Like you're sitting and you cover it with blanket, or you're sleeping, you cover it with blanket. So, so many times people they don't understand this ruling, so they say, "Oh my goodness, I covered my foot." How? I was feeling cold and I just kept my ihram and I covered. Many times people where they sit, their lower part of the ihram covers the foot, and they come and they ask, "Is there any penalty? Is there any kafara?" No, there's no kafara. I mean, because you did not wear something to cover the posterior part of the foot. So okay. So when we come back to this ruling, وَيَجُوزُ لَهُ, it is permissible for him. لَبْسُ مَا يَسْتُرُ, to wear whatever covers بعض ظهر القدم, some of the parts of the posterior is fine. But majority part should be exposed. Little bit of the part. Now some people they ask 20%, 10%, 30%. There's no percent. Or fun. When you're wearing this, ask some people, do you feel that my sandals are covering the entire posterior? They say, no, 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 no. It's not. Then, but there's some sandals, they have big straps, you see, and only fingers are toes are like apparent. Even sometimes they cover the foot nails as well. No, that is not right. So bring it like a strap, two straps. I had some images. Inshallah, I have time, I'll show you. So ويجوز له لبس ما يستر بعض ظهر القدم. It is permissible for him to wear something which covers part of the posterior part of the foot. كما يجوز له ستر تمامه من دون لبس كان يلقي طرف ردائه عليها حال الجلوس. And as it is permissible for him to cover the entire posterior part of the foot, such as without wearing, دون لبس, can yulqi, as he will to cover it with the edge of his upper part of the ihram or any cloth. طرف ردائه عليها, so like his rida, his upper part, he takes edge of it and he covers the posterior part because he's feeling cold. Or even if it's not feeling cold, just to prevent mosquitoes from biting you or something like that. Whatever. Okay, that's necessity, that's necessity. Even if it was not necessity, just you feel that you don't want people to looking at your foot and have kind of some kind of weird things. So you have like this waswasa because your foot are mashallah so nice and so beautiful and this kind of thing. So you don't want somebody getting fetish feeling or whatever kind of feeling they say. So you just want to be safe and cover it, not to make any weird feelings in somebody else's hearts. This is also necessity. Just you want to cover it, khalas, no problem. كان يلقي طرف الرداء عليها حال الجلوس. Okay, Sayyidina, is there any penalty? Why do you ask for penalty? Because if I may wear something which covers the posterior part. If there's no penalty, but there's haram. It is one of the prohibitions of ihram. You're not worried about creating a wall of haram between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you're worried about paying a goat or a sheep or something like that for material thing. Oh no, it's not like just, like just avoid. Okay, it's haram. But if in case you do it intentionally, deliberately, so say this sister says, ولا كفارة في لبس الخف شبهه مطلقا. There is no penalty on wearing this things which cover the posterior part of the foot, such as the khuf, at all. There is no penalty. Obviously, it's haram intentionally. وَأَمَّا لَبْسُ الْجَوْرَبِ وَمَا يُمَاثِلُهُ. So khuf, there is no penalty, which covers the. But what about the socks? uh, Wamma Lapsul Jawrab, because there are two things. Remember, in the beginning, he mentions the socks or the hard socks. So, hard socks, which has hard base, there is no kafara fi Lapsul Khuf, and things similar to Khuf, like sandals, like things you used to walk because you need hard base. Why? To walk. Shoes, for example. Can we wear shoes if you make hole on the top? Yes, you can wear shoes, okay? But let's say you did not make hole and you needed shoes. Okay, then that's a necessity. You just like wearing shoes, okay? So you wear shoes, no hole on it. So now, is there any kafara? No. No kafara, because this is hard based covering of the posterior part of the body. Shoes, there's no kafara. Okay, it is haram. Yes, it is haram intentionally. But is there any kafara? No kafara. You wore shoes, you wore like your sports shoes and went for Hajj. Because one of the mu'minin, he asked me, he told me, because I can't walk because there is walking in Mina, walking in Muzdalifah. I heard there's a lot of walk, and so I can't. So is it? I can only wear those football shoes. Otherwise, I'll get hurt or something like that. So, if there is a necessity, we said it's okay. If it's painful to wear sandals and you have some problems in your foot or something like that, we said in the beginning, hal al in the case of necessity, you see, you can wear shoes as well. Shoes, yes, shoes as well. Is if you are able to make an opening on the lace area, that the tongue of the shoes. I don't know whether you call tongue in Arabic, we call it lisan. So what happened? The lace which you tie, there's a tongue underneath it. If you can cut the tongue, at least some part of the posterior part will be, but it will not be comfortable. It will, okay, khalas, leave it. If it's a necessity, just wear the shoes. It's okay. Don't bring too much headache. So therefore, necessity, you can wear shoes, okay, if there are, because nowadays, the people have become spoiled and pampered. No, I want this type of shoe, I want this type of sandal. If I don't wear this, Baba, what happened to once upon a time? the new generation, not all, but many people, they have become so spoiled and so pampered with this luxurious world. So this Hajj teaches us, you see, to reset our system. Uh, anyhow, not to take too much of time and side tracks. Okay, so now we have hoof, okay, hard based things that covers the posterior part of the foot, haram. But if you intentionally wear it, there's no kafara, but you need to ask Allah's forgiveness. Number one. Number two, out of necessity, you can wear. What about socks? وَأَمَّا لَبْسُ الْجَوْرَبِ. And as far as wearing the socks, وَمَا يُمَاثِلُهُ, or whatever is similar to it. Again, without necessity, we are talking about. Out of necessity, it's okay. So any socks or similar to socks or plastic cover, you know, the plastic, those medical shoe covers, or so anything which is socks or similar to socks, he says. And as for wearing socks or similar to socks, فَتَجِبُ الْكَفَّارَ فِيهِ. If somebody wears it intentionally, and he did not make hole in his socks, so uh, um, the kafara, the penalty, will be obligated on him as an obligatory precaution, because this is for men, prohibited for men. And what is the kafara, Sayyidina? Sheep. Okay, so your socks may cost you a sheep, so make sure that you're away from your socks. Don't wear socks. But what about the women? You said women cannot wear gloves. Yeah, but women, they can wear socks. ولا بأس بلبس الجورب والخف وغيرهما مما يغطي تمام ظهر القدم للنساء. And there's no problem in wearing socks or hard-based socks or anything else which covers the posterior part of the foot for the women. Okay, so here, let me see if yeah, there are only few rulings in the annex. Let's try to take the few rulings, because sometimes the rulings are application and explanation of things which are in the text. So there are four rulings. Let's just take it and finish this socks, so tomorrow we can get the other prohibition of ihram. هل يجوز للمحرم لبس الحذاء الذي تظهر منه أصابع الرجلين فقط? He says, can somebody wear shoes, okay, where only the nails or the tip of the toes are finger toes are apparent, okay? So he says it is problematic. بل لابد محل إشكال. It is problematic. بل لابد أن يظهر جزء من ظهر القدم غير الأصابع. So everything is covered except for the nails or the fingers or the toes. Okay, those are only apparent. So he says no. There should be more than that apparent. It is necessary that more than these other than this asabi', more part of the foot should be, posterior part of the foot should be apparent or obvious or uncovered. Okay, so if you put it like that, rather this is problematic. Rather, one the some part of the posterior part of the foot should be revealed, other than the toes. Question number two: هل يجوز للمحرم استخدام الجور is it permissible to wear socks or khuf, hard based, which does not cover the entire posterior part of the foot? يجوز, it is permissible. وإن كان الأحوط تركه, even though it's recommended precaution to avoid. Okay, so so recommended precaution to avoid, because it is socks and it is covering significant some, it doesn't cover the entire part. but it is considered like oh, some kind of covering. Okay. What about the prosthetic foot? um, القدم الصناعية هل يجوز سترها بخف أو نحوه؟ Now, can it be covered with the hard-based socks or normal socks? He says it's permissible because the evidence indicated the foot, not the prosthetic foot. And the final question is أنا مصاب بالإكزيما. I have a disease of eczema, and it causes blistering and dropping off my skin. Okay. Um, no, eczema is not acne. Eczema is it becomes like crusted, like the thafinat, like they say Imam Zain al-Abidin alayhi salatu wasalam, his knees used to have, or the areas of masajid, because he was prostrating a lot. And subhanallah, we are living the days of Imam Zain al-Abidin salamullah alayh. From his extreme states of prostration, most of the time his title is Sajjad, the abundance prostrator, Sayyidus Sajidin, the master of those who prostrate. So he used to, one of the title is the Thafinat. That means there, sometimes on the foot when you do sujud, there are areas which become hard part, and then you can peel it off and they falls off sometimes, like dandruff kind of thing, falling off the skin, falling off the dry skin. So this eczema is a disease where it causes the falling of the dry skins, like blisters, like when you have this on your lips in cold weather, and your dry skins, they fall off. So these dry skins, in eczema, what happens, that these dry skin blisters and cuts, they fall off, and then many times blood comes out. So many times you peel off this dry skin, blood is discharged في عدة أماكن بالجسم. So he says most of many parts of my body, I have this eczema. ومنها أصابع القدم, and also the toes of my foot, they have it. فهل يمكنني وضع الدواء وارتداء الجوارب? Obviously, you know the answer. It's the case of necessity. Yes, it's permissible. You see. Um, uh, he says that. Um, so can I put some medication and wear the socks in the state of ihram? وارتداء الجوارب. He says يجوز, permissible. نعم إذا كان يكفيك لبس جوارب لا يستر تمام ظهر القدم بل يبقى بعضه مكشوفا لم يجوز لبس ما يستر بتمامه. He said, if you are able to wear socks which does not cover the entire posterior part of the foot, then wear that. It will not be permissible for you to wear the socks which covers the entire posterior part of the socks. So if you are able to, if you are able, if it was sufficient for you to wear socks which does not cover the entire posterior part of the foot, in a way that it remains uncovered, لم يجوز لبس ما يستر بتمامه. It will not be permissible to wear whatever covers the entire foot. So if you are able to, yes. If you're not able to, then that's fine. Tomorrow we have this curse, lying, and all those kind of things, inshallah. Uh, from the Manasik al Hajj, which is number 13 from Manasik al Hajj. So Alhamdulillah, we're halfway done. Out of 25, we're halfway done. Now, most of these are small, but the traveling under the means of transportation is a lengthy thing. Maybe we might take 2 sessions on that thing, and it's very much practical and encountering topic. So until here we stop and we say وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.